Good morning, happy Monday. It's about 8:15, so I got to wake up at my favorite wake up time today. And it's definitely a lot less hectic of a Monday than the first day of Vlogmas. Last night we picked Penny Barnshaw out of the bowl of coaches, and I've done one of her workouts before. I really remember enjoying it. Let's talk about Penny really quickly. Penny is known as the garage fitness girl, and her mission is to inspire, empower, and educate women on how they can live happier, healthier lives and love their bodies by getting back to the basics, eating delicious home-cooked foods, moving every day, and changing the way they think and feel about themselves. I am kind of obsessed with that mission statement. I think a lot of the reason why I automatically kind of vibe with Penny is because of that educate standpoint. Like, part of what I'm always trying to do is make sure that you understand the why. You understand why it's important to move your body. You understand why it's important to insert X exercise, what it's working. I think we just really align there. So I'm excited to try her workout today. Like a lot of these other creators, she has so much free content, and I decided to go with her most recent video because I think it's gonna be a great topic to talk about today. And that is her 30-minute weight training workout over 40. People ask me a lot about training as you age, and I will be the first to say training like 65 plus, definitely not my specialty, not my forte. 40s, I can talk about. And more so in today's video, I think I wanna just touch on like why it's so important to train and continue to train and things you should be focusing on as you continue to age. So that's gonna be kind of like the basis for today's video. Let's chat schedule for today. So my first client isn't until 10 a.m., which is awesome. And then I have a big chunk, so I'm gonna go run some errands. I have to go to the post office, I have to go to Staples, I gotta go to CVS, all of that kind of stuff, and that'll help me get my steps in. My next virtual client's at 2:15, then we're gonna do the Penny workout, we'll come back and talk about it. And then I have a Hamilton-themed dance cardio class tonight, which will be really fun because we've not danced to Hamilton in like what feels like years. So I think because I have like a solid 2 hours, I'm gonna go work on the couch. That feels cozy by the tree. Let's go. Okay, what a lovely Monday this has been. I want to talk a little bit about the program we're going to do quickly before we hop into it. So let's do that. So let's just go through and based off of the thumbnail, title, and description, what to expect or anything that I want to just kind of bring up at the beginning. So the thumbnail says weight training over 40. We love that. We love that concept. We think it's very important. And we're going to talk a little bit more about why that's so important after the workout. So in the description box, there's nothing like red flaggy at the beginning. The only weird thing, again, the random calorie burn at the bottom. So it says that this workout burns 256 calories. Total calories burned will vary depending on your body composition, workout intensity, and also fitness level. 100%. So why are we even listing it? It's those weird things where people will be like, this workout will slim your arms and tone your waist. And then the disclaimer is like, just kidding, you can't spot reduce. Like, to me, it's the same thing. It's like, this workout burned 256 calories. Oh, but hey, it's probably not gonna do that for you. So why do we list it at all? Just my opinion. I don't know, it's like a weird thing to me. But I am very excited to try this workout, so we're gonna hop right on into it. let's chat. So we have to talk about two things within this workout. Is it science-backed and did I enjoy it? Let's start with the science-backed talk, and we're gonna talk about the why of this workout. Weight training at 40. Over 40. And I want to explain to you why strength training is super important as we age. It will help preserve and possibly build our muscle mass. It will do the same thing for our bone density, our coordination, our grip strength, our hormone health, cognitive function. There is a whole host of benefits outside of just like, I want to build a butt. That's a great goal too, but that's what strength training is always kind of promoted as for women. We're going to take that out now. And I want to give you a very specific example that might not feel really relevant to you depending on your age right now, but it is something that absolutely could happen. Let's say you are 60 years old. That's not old. You're walking down the sidewalk, you trip, you fall, and you break your hip. Your quality of life plummets. You're immobile. You have to rely on others to take care of you. And there are actually studies that show this. And my mother talks about this as a geriatric physical therapist. My sister talks about this as a nurse who works in nursing homes. When you become dependent on other people, everything plummets, including your brain function. And again, I know that for someone who's 34 years old, like that feels so far off. But I want you to really start to think about strength training as like investing in your retirement fund. You're preserving and possibly adding to your bone density, to your muscle mass, to your coordination, to your hormonal functions, so that down the road, if you do trip and fall, you have a greater chance of not breaking something. Maybe because you break your fall. Maybe because you got enough cushion from your muscle mass that you don't hurt anything. Maybe because your bone density is high enough to actually not break a bone. And like anything can happen to anyone, right? I'm not saying that if you strength train and you fall, you will not break your hip or break a bone. Like I'm not saying that. But if we look at the risk versus reward, like the reward is there and the studies show us. Now, obviously starting younger is always better. As we age, there is a certain age, I think it's actually like 30, where you do naturally start to lose your bone density, especially for women, it's a lot sooner and faster. That's why women are much more prone to things like osteoporosis. So you do get to an age where like building bone density is harder, but you can preserve it through strength training. So if you are somebody who's starting a little bit later in life with your strength training, it's not too late. The only other recommendation I would give out is to also make sure you're focusing on balance and coordination in your training. So single side stuff, changing of directions, because if we're thinking about the why long term, we want to make sure that we are doing as much as we can to prevent a fall, because if we fall and we have really poor bone density, like something's probably going to break. But anyway, let's talk about this workout. So this workout, the title says weight training, the thumbnail says weight training. To me, that means strength training. I do have to say, I felt like this was a cardio workout with weights. This felt like something I would see at Orange Theory. There was very little rest time between exercises, only 15 seconds. We did have a full minute between the different trisets, which I really appreciated and honestly really needed. The heart rate was getting up there. You know, it was a lot of combination moves, so doing two exercises together. And I just kind of felt like within the trisets, like the order of operations wasn't quite right. Like tricep 1 was an isolation exercise, then a squat variation, then another squat but with a deadlift and a clean, so like a big combo move. Then in the second tricep, we had an accessory exercise with a cardio exercise with an isolation exercise. And then the third one, we had an accessory move with a combination move with a core exercise. Like I didn't understand the programming at all. It really did just seem random to me. I like the idea of these trisets. Here's what I would have done with it. I would have done like compound movement, then an isolation movement, and then either like a core or maybe like an endurance drill. So for example, I would start with a heavy front squat, then go into bicep curls, and then do a core exercise. I would take at least 30 seconds of rest, because even then if you're only taking 30 seconds of rest, your legs have had the time from the bicep curls and the core exercise to recover. Like I just felt like I was never recovered to get back to the next drill. So I don't know, to like brand this as weight training, if we're talking about it as strength training, it just doesn't feel quite right to me. And this is the thing that you've probably heard me talk about a lot with YouTuber strength-based workouts. It's just kind of like random programming, cardio with weights, lots of combination movements. I love the push to get women as they age to continue to lift weights, but I do think that there are better ways to do it than this type of programming. I say it every single video in this series, but this is just one of Penny's workouts. Again, did a different one of her workouts in the past and absolutely loved it. So I think I just didn't enjoy this one. It didn't really live up to what I expected based off of the title of it. So if I have to give this one video a rating for being science-backed, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Let's talk about enjoyment. I really got my hopes up. And that was a mistake. Again, I just really enjoyed that one workout that I had done from Penny in the past. I also thought that she cued live. I just would have loved some live cueing. She, just like Caroline in the beginning, she's so well-spoken. She has so many great things to say. Her energy is so good. And then we get into the workout and it's just so like detached. Again, I liked the structure of this workout. I just really didn't like the meat and potatoes. So I'm not gonna lie, I was like really disappointed. And that makes me really sad because I do really like Penny. So this does suck to say, but for enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. I don't like doing that. All right, let's pick tomorrow's workout. All right, tomorrow's workout. Let's, is that gonna even do anything? All right, tomorrow's workout is and 8 fitness. I think we're dancing tomorrow. This will be super fun. I'm gonna poke around tonight and pick out which dance workout I wanna try. In the meantime though, I gotta get ready to teach my dance cardio class. We're doing a little Hamilton tonight. I have not taught this class in over a year, so we need to prepare. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the rest of Vlogmas, and I will see you all tomorrow.